The convoy is holding in the valley corridor at 0300 hours. Frost coats the uneven dirt and rock under each tire as the vehicles move in staggered formation. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart scans the terrain from the lead vehicle, her gloves gripping the radio and binoculars. Fuel and medevac windows are calculated precisely. Any deviation risks personnel and aircraft safety. Engines hum low. Rotor wash from support birds stirs the chilled pre-dawn air. Visibility falls under 100 yards. Convoy headlights slice through drifting dust, highlighting the contours of the valley floor. The evac element follows 200 yards behind, observing spacing protocols. Hart notes vehicle alignment, tire tracks, and equipment readiness. Every turn and incline is logged mentally. Environmental hazards are accounted for. Communication channels remain clear, but monitored continuously, with junior officers confirming positions and status updates. Signal integrity drops below 70%. The route cards, marked with handwritten medevac ETA and contingency points, rest beside her map. The distant rotor of the downed aircraft is silent. Smoke rises in subtle gray coils. Each crew member's position, gear condition, and assigned task are accounted for. The wind carries minor debris across the convoy, stirring gravel and sand. The rhythm of engines and crew member movement forms the operational cadence. Fuel window shrinks to 20 minutes. Every observation and movement is deliberate. Hart's eyes sweep the terrain, processing ISR feeds and environmental conditions. The convoy approaches a choke point along the valley floor. Every second matters. This is where routine turns into crisis. Hands grip the radio mic firmly as the convoy holds position at 0305 hours. Dust shifts under boots on gravel. Engines idle low. A digital timer overlays the medevac countdown, marking critical seconds for all personnel. Signal strength fluctuates briefly on the comms network. This is a procedural pause. Confirm your location and maintain awareness. Keep monitoring instruments and check team positions. Comment where you watch from. Hit subscribe now and tell us where you're watching from. Frost covers the valley floor as the convoy advances at 0310 hours. Mud and debris from the previous night's storm stick to tires and boots. Vehicles move in tactical formation, staggered to maintain spacing and visibility. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart monitors the convoy from the lead vehicle. Gloves on the radio and binoculars, scanning every ridge and contour. Fuel windows and medevac ETA are cross-checked constantly. Engines hum low. Gravel shifts beneath the tires, and rotor wash echoes faintly through the valley. Hostile movement detected along the eastern ridge. Hart reviews the laminated route card, noting handwritten timing markers for medevac and contingency points. Each vehicle's gear is accounted for, communications verified, and ISR feeds monitored. Junior officers confirm vehicle positions and report environmental hazards. Visibility fluctuates with early morning haze, reducing safe lines of sight to approximately 100 yards. The convoy maintains strict spacing, and every adjustment is logged in real time. Visibility remains under 100 yards. The downed rotor sits beyond the valley's bend, silhouetted against scrub and haze. Smoke rises gently, and the air carries a mixture of dust and moisture. Hart notes wind direction, potential debris flow, and terrain challenges for evac elements. Every second matters. Each vehicle's movement is deliberate and precise. Fuel window drops to 18 minutes. Radio chatter remains constant but calm, providing updates without interruption. Hands adjust binocular focus, read compass bearings, and manipulate map overlays with care. The convoy approaches a choke point, and environmental hazards increase. Every crew member remains at station, executing assigned roles methodically. ISR feed shows a heat signature on the ridge, moving north. The route card is held securely. Medevac ETA overlays projected on portable screens. Gloves tap radio buttons to confirm subordinate positions. Rotor wash disturbs dust, and the convoy's engines maintain low hum. Terrain requires continual adjustment of speed and wheel alignment to maintain control. Convoy spacing confirmed. Wind shifts slightly, affecting debris flow and dust visibility. The lead vehicle's navigation instruments are cross-checked against manual bearings. Every hazard and obstruction is noted in the mission log. Hart monitors vehicle fuel levels, medevac timing, and environmental risks simultaneously. Team positions verified. Approaching the first supply checkpoint, she notes potential delays in support vehicles. Communications remain clear but show intermittent signal fluctuation. Every crew member is aware of task and position. Environmental hazards, including loose rock and soft mud patches, require precise maneuvering. Every second is calculated. The convoy slows momentarily to navigate a narrow pass. Hart confirms route and timing on the laminated card, coordinating with subordinate officers. Tire tracks are assessed to prevent slip or vehicle compromise. Visual checks ensure no personnel are exposed unnecessarily. Enemy ISR shows movement near the northern approach. Vehicle spacing and timing overlays are cross-referenced with route cards. Medics and support personnel remain on alert. The lead vehicle maintains low engine hum to minimize noise. Dust and debris continue to shift under rotor wash and wind gusts. Approaching the junction, support elements are slightly delayed. Each operator confirms readiness and maintains position. Observational checks continue over the next ridge. ISR feeds remain live, highlighting areas of concern and any deviation from expected terrain conditions. Radios confirm timing and alignment. Support vehicle fuel status stable. The convoy rounds a bend, entering a constricted area. Terrain forces minor adjustments in wheel alignment and speed. The medevac ETA is recalculated based on observed conditions. Wind and rotor wash continue to affect dust and debris. Environmental hazards accounted for. The lead vehicle clears the narrow pass, checking each following vehicle's spacing and compliance with convoy SOPs. Subordinates confirm positions via radio. Every movement is deliberate. Deviations are corrected immediately. Checkpoint approach within 500 yards. The first fracture point emerges as communications show slight delay in supply elements. Fuel and medevac calculations are still within operational limits, but support timing requires careful attention. Environmental conditions and terrain present potential operational friction that must be addressed in the next phase. The convoy moves deeper into the valley at 0315 hours. Frost and mud make traction uneven, forcing each vehicle to adjust speed and wheel alignment carefully. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart monitors the formation, gloves on radio, one hand hovering near throttle, scanning every ridge. Fuel and medevac windows are recalculated continuously. Engines hum low, rotor wash from distant support stirs debris, and gravel crunches under tires. Hostile movement detected along the northern ridge. Command radios confirm hold at the nearest secure checkpoint. Officers relay orders up the chain while Hart observes the convoy's compliance with strict spacing and operational protocols. Each subordinate confirms position via comms. ISR feeds highlight potential threats and route anomalies. Vitals of the downed rotor crew appear stable but time-sensitive. Every vehicle's gear and load are verified against mission requirements. Air cover window expires in 5 minutes. The lead vehicle approaches a narrow pass, and environmental hazards increase. Mud patches, loose gravel, and uneven terrain require continuous adjustments. ISR highlights a heat signature moving closer to the convoy path. Radios provide tactical updates on terrain shifts and enemy positions. The convoy slows slightly to maintain safe spacing and minimize risk to personnel and aircraft. Crew vitals remain critical. Clipboard logs display medevac ETA and timing markers. Hart cross-checks ISR against route cards, ensuring all personnel are accounted for. Subordinate officers confirm environmental hazards are mitigated, and fuel readings are communicated. The convoy navigates sharp turns under limited visibility, monitoring every incline and obstacle. Dust and frost obscure some terrain features, demanding precise navigation. Signal integrity fluctuates, requiring repeat confirmation. One vehicle reports minor wheel slip, corrected immediately. The convoy maintains cohesion as rotor wash disperses fog and dust across the valley floor. Environmental hazards compound with tactical pressure. Every second counts for the medevac timeline. Hart confirms alignment, timing, and positioning with subordinate units. She anticipates potential choke points and ensures readiness for immediate action if conditions worsen. Fuel window drops to 15 minutes. The narrow pass opens onto a wider section of the valley, but ISR shows intermittent hostile movement. Subordinates maintain position while the lead vehicle monitors vehicle spacing and terrain clearance. Tactical radios transmit updates on rotor debris and medevac timing. The convoy's progress is deliberate, each vehicle adjusted for optimal safety. Every detail is logged, from crew status to environmental cues. Enemy heat signature confirmed east of convoy. Medevac ETA is recalculated against remaining fuel and time on station. Hart instructs adjustments in spacing and engine output. Each vehicle responds promptly. ISR overlays reveal subtle shifts in enemy positions. Dust and wind continue to affect visibility. Crew members maintain awareness and execute assigned roles methodically. Perimeter control is holding but stressed. The convoy rounds a bend near a creek bed. Mud and loose rocks require fine-tuned navigation. ISR shows continued movement along ridges. Hart monitors all vehicles, ensuring compliance with orders while noting potential risk factors. Radios confirm command acknowledgements and vehicle status updates. Environmental hazards demand constant attention to prevent mishaps. Crew positions verified, fuel checks updated. A support vehicle reports a slight delay due to minor mechanical adjustment. The convoy slows to maintain cohesion and spacing. ISR identifies additional potential hazards along the planned route. Hart coordinates with junior officers, ensuring timing and vehicle spacing remain within operational parameters. Every operator is alert to changes in terrain or enemy activity. Medevac ETA updated 7 minutes remaining. The lead vehicle clears a constricted path. Rotor wash and wind gusts stir dust, creating reduced visibility zones. Each vehicle negotiates terrain carefully, maintaining alignment and speed. Hart observes environmental and tactical conditions simultaneously, ensuring all vehicles remain within secure formation. Minor obstacles are negotiated without incident. Vehicle spacing confirmed, convoy stable. Checkpoint status updates indicate hold orders remain in effect. Subordinate units confirm alignment and readiness. ISR displays a downed rotor's heat signature, and sensor feeds highlight areas of concern. Every personnel assignment and position is logged for accountability. Fuel, medevac timing, and environmental hazards are continuously monitored. Support vehicle ETA remains on track. The convoy approaches the first significant operational choke point. Minor delays in supply elements appear, but are manageable. Environmental conditions, terrain, and ISR feedback indicate potential for increased operational friction in the next phase. Command, radios remain clear, confirming orders and acknowledging updates. Crew members maintain focus, executing assigned roles and remaining alert. Obedience versus immediate action. The first fracture in support timing emerges, signaling potential operational stress, fuel levels, medevac windows, and environmental hazards require heightened attention. All convoy elements are accounted for, but delays in communication and positioning highlight where rising complication will escalate. Tactical conditions are stable but nearing the threshold for critical operational decision-making. Supply and medevac timing monitored. All vehicles maintain alignment. Crew positions confirmed. ISR shows intermittent hostile movement approaching the convoy's path. Radios remain active with concise, factual updates. Environmental hazards and terrain conditions continue to demand precise navigation and adherence to orders. Convoy maintains tactical cohesion, preparing for next phase. The valley narrows ahead, and supply element timing is slightly off. Fuel calculations remain within limits. Medevac ETA continues to count down, and operator attention is at maximum. Environmental conditions persist with frost, mud, and wind gusts, requiring constant vigilance. Crew members execute tasks precisely, reporting any anomalies. Command confirmation received, convoy positions logged. The convoy stabilizes as it passes the last open section before the choke point. Observations of terrain, crew, and fuel remain current. ISR highlights potential threats along the northern ridge. Minor delays in support element arrival are noted. Environmental hazards are still present but managed. Observation complete, readiness maintained. The last stable second before operational control could flip approaches. Supply timing, medevac ETA, environmental hazards, and ISR observations are all at monitored thresholds. The convoy remains cohesive, but subtle pressures indicate the next phase may require immediate decision-making. Tactical situation is controlled, yet vulnerability exists if delays or threats compound. Convoy integrity maintained, systems stable. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart assesses real-time ISR at 0330 hours. The downed rotor's heat signature is confirmed. Surrounding terrain reveals denser hostile movement than HQ reported. Fuel and medevac windows are critical. The convoy maintains formation, vehicles staggered across uneven valley floor, engines hum low, rotor wash stirs dust and debris. Hart cross-references sensor data with medevac ETA and field reports from subordinate officers. Enemy movement intensifies along the northern ridge. Command radios relay hold orders from higher HQ. Hart observes that the timing and environmental data indicate immediate risk to the downed crew. She communicates adjustments to team leads, maintaining procedural clarity while planning limited recovery action. Every crew member confirms awareness of task and positioning. Tactical pacing is controlled, deliberate, and aligned with military protocols. Sensor feed shows additional heat signatures near creek bed. The lead vehicle moves forward slightly, confirming route clearance. Hart updates the clipboard with sitrep entries, noting fuel status, medevac ETA, and environmental hazards. Map overlays indicate optimal movement corridors for recovery under threat. Gloves manipulate radio and binoculars simultaneously. Each subordinate reports minor adjustments in alignment and vehicle spacing. Fuel window narrows to 12 minutes. The convoy approaches a constricted section where debris and uneven terrain challenge spacing. ISR overlays highlight hostile movement advancing closer to the rotor location. Hart communicates through radio, instructing subtle formation shifts without violating hold orders. The injured crew is monitored visually and through sensor feeds. Every movement is deliberate. Timing, position, and coordination are logged. Rotor wash disturbs dust across the valley floor. A medic confirms bandaged crew status, providing real-time vitals to Hart. Tactical radios transmit positional confirmations, ISR updates, and environmental alerts. Dust, wind, and rotor wash obscure visibility intermittently. Vehicles maintain precise intervals. Hart adjusts medevac timing projections and calculates minimum exposure windows. Enemy signature shifts eastward, approaching convoy path. The lead vehicle maneuvers around minor obstacles while maintaining communication discipline. ISR feeds are continuously updated. Hart verifies alignment, medevac timing, and crew condition. Fuel levels remain monitored. Minor deviations in environmental conditions are logged and addressed. Convoy formation confirmed, timing recalculated. Hart directs team leads to adjust spacing and speed for optimal coverage. Each subordinate acknowledges instructions, ensuring procedural adherence. Vehicles move through the valley floor cautiously, monitoring every ridge and incline. Rotor debris, rocks, and mud patches require constant navigation attention. Signal strength fluctuates on northern comms. The convoy reaches the midpoint of the contested valley. ISR shows hostile presence slightly closer than expected. Hart confirms all subordinate positions and coordinates minor adjustments. Map overlays track medevac and supply vehicle timing. Each crew member follows protocol precisely, maintaining readiness. Fuel window stabilizes at 10 minutes. Hart cross-references live ISR with previous sensor data, confirming HQ misjudgment. She calculates risk versus survivability and initiates controlled recovery instructions. Subordinate officers relay orders down to operators. Vehicles shift subtly to maintain coverage and safety. Every action is logged on clipboard and map overlays. Hostile movement detected west of convoy. The convoy navigates tight turns, maintaining tactical integrity. Rotor wash stirs dust, complicating visibility. Hart confirms medevac ETA and fuel status. Subordinates monitor environmental and tactical conditions, reporting minor adjustments. Radios transmit procedural confirmations. Injured crew vitals steady, medevac ETA adjusted. The lead vehicle approaches the final narrow pass. Hart monitors spacing, alignment, and environmental hazards. ISR confirms downed rotor location and hostile movement. Every maneuver is deliberate. Subordinate units maintain formation and situational awareness. Air cover confirmation received, timing verified. The convoy clears the constricted area. Vehicles remain in tactical formation. Rotor debris, mud, and rocks continue to challenge movement. Hart updates sitrep, logs decisions, and communicates procedural instructions. Every operator confirms position and readiness. The limited recovery is executed under controlled observation. ISR, sensor data, and crew status confirm the threat is contained. Subordinates follow procedure precisely. Rotor and convoy secured, medevac secured. All actions are logged and documented in real time. Command radios confirm receipt of procedural updates. Chain of command responsibilities are recorded. Threat is neutralized, and no personnel are lost. Action within the rules of command. Fuel, medevac windows, and ISR feeds are all verified. The convoy is stable. Environmental hazards accounted for, and subordinate compliance confirmed. The immediate risk has been contained. Documentation of all actions, orders, and deviations is complete. Recovery complete, accountability verified. The convoy has reached the checkpoint at 0345 hours. Frost lingers on vehicle surfaces. Rotor wash from the earlier extraction stirs dust across the ground. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart observes the scene from the lead vehicle, gloves resting on the rail. She notes the alignment of all vehicles and ensures that fuel and medevac elements are accounted for. Crew positions are verified, and operational logs are up to date. Crew vitals updated, all stable. Hart documents every decision on a handwritten mission log. Clipboard records include medevac timings, sitrep entries, and subordinate compliance confirmations. Bandages on injured crew are checked and logged. Radios transmit status updates to higher officers. And every action is confirmed. Environmental conditions, wind, dust, residual rotor wash are monitored as part of situational awareness. Every observation is logged for accountability. Checkpoint integrity confirmed. The convoy stabilizes as the team verifies that all personnel have completed their assigned tasks. Subordinate officers confirm positions and ensure adherence to protocol. ISR overlays, maps, and timing markers are cross-referenced. Gloves manipulate radio, binoculars, and clipboard in coordinated monitoring. Environmental hazards are noted and mitigated. Every detail is recorded for post-operation review. Duty over blind obedience. Hart walks between vehicles, observing the crew and confirming that all protocols were followed. Medics provide final checks on injured personnel. Fuel levels are logged, vehicle condition verified, and environmental hazards reassessed. Each subordinate acknowledges completed tasks and reports minor discrepancies. Operational discipline is maintained. Every movement is procedural. Environmental checks complete. All actions are documented. Orders issued. Responses confirmed. And situational awareness logged. The convoy remains intact. Medevac ready. And crew accounted for. Responsibility is recorded at every level. Hart ensures continuity of operations, operational integrity, and adherence to duty. Decisions are final, procedural, and fully accounted. Mission actions logged, accountability confirmed. The convoy is holding at 0355 hours on the valley floor. Frost clings to vehicle exteriors and dust shifts with each minor gust of wind. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart monitors ISR feeds and medevac timing while the team maintains formation. Radios hum faintly, carrying subtle chatter and status updates. Hand on clipboard. She verifies every vehicle's position and fuel status. Checking map overlays and mission logs. Support vehicle ETA confirmed at 2 minutes. The decision point emerges. Higher command has issued a hold at the nearest checkpoint. The downed rotor crew's vitals are critical, and enemy movement is approaching. Hart weighs protocol against immediate action. Every officer and subordinate maintains disciplined position. Observing procedural orders while awaiting guidance. Protocol or immediate action. Maps, log entries, and ISR overlays display precise timing and environmental data. Tick of the clock is audible alongside faint radio static. Crew positions and equipment status are confirmed. Command radios report no new orders. Timing window is critical. If you were in Hart's position, would you follow the hold order exactly, or take controlled, immediate action to preserve life? Comment now, choose procedure or decisive intervention and document every step. The convoy reaches the final checkpoint at 0350 hours. Vehicles are aligned, engines idle low, and rotor wash has settled across the valley floor. Dust and frost remain disturbed from the operation, and the crew performs final checks on equipment and vehicle integrity. Lieutenant Commander Evelyn Hart reviews the logged mission folder, confirming all actions and communications were documented according to protocol. Environmental conditions remain stable, wind gusts minimal. Subordinate officers report completion of procedural checks and confirm that medevac and support elements are accounted for. Map overlays are cross-referenced against actual positions. Crew members move efficiently, maintaining situational awareness as they secure the area. Next mission is already waiting. Rotor fade is audible, blending with distant wind and the low hum of engines. Vehicles prepare to move to the next operational point. All positions are confirmed, and team readiness is verified. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Keep following to see the next mission story already queued, demonstrating procedural precision and operational accountability.